Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the sanctuary. I am Brother Halo Akiwa, and today I would like to talk about, what will we visit today? We'll talk about the leadership in this country. America as a land, as a nation, has been cursed since its inception. The reason being that the formation of it, the foundation of it, started off corrupt. When you take advantage and exploit other communities, take advantage of people to the length of taking their lives, even, can't expect to be blessed. It's just simply not going to happen. In the day that we live in, we see people get away with certain things, plenty of them, but they only get away with it in the physical. Here at the Sanctuary Podcast, we believe in the God who is beyond, so far beyond the physical. His jurisdiction, if you will, spreads as far as the universe can see. And it's continually expanding, right? They say the universe is continually expanding. God has control of every single part of that. Every particle, every molecule in the universe, God is in control of. So there's nothing that people get away with per se. Now, if you consider human beings, we are born in this universe, right? Have a body, have a mind, have a soul. Why would the one who created us make himself um, unable to have any form of authority over any portion of us at all? If it were, well, it is up to God, but if it were his decision to wipe out everybody right now, he would do it. But for the simple fact that he's showing his love, his compassion, and his patience with others and allowing them to change. It's the reason why we see many things go on in this world. And many people will quote the Bible and say, "Oh, um, it was written by a European. It was written by white slave owners to oppress the POC communities, people of color." First of all, you have to understand who these men that participated in writing out the words that God gave them were. The Holy Scriptures reads that all Scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, reproof, correction, instructions, and righteousness. One major fallacy that people, unfortunately, are deluded by is they think that because there's certain verbiage within the Bible talking about slaves and things, servants, obey your masters, for this is right in the sight of the Lord. The slavery that you saw in America was not the same as we saw in the Roman Empire, to the extent that they were being forced to do this hard labor with no form of having their own community whatsoever. That's the difference. They had the Jews and they had the Greeks. And the number one thing to recognize here is that the Lord is saying for the servants to be good servants. However, there is also a command on the masters to be good masters. So the men who used the Bible and perverted it in order to oppress these communities, in order to kill people, were wicked themselves and will face the same judgment that we all will one day. Fast forward to modern times, we still have the same kind of thing going on with the political figures that are prevalent in America today. They're using the scriptures to try to boost their campaign or express their political views. And some of these things, they're pretty good. They're decent. They're morally sound. But these people are not qualified to teach the Holy Scriptures at all. How do you know this, Brother Halo? Because the Scripture says, if you have not His Spirit, you are none of His. Romans 8 and 9. How can a man preach unless he be sent? No man can preach. Nobody at all. And we know that the Scripture is uh, adamant about the qualifications for a man to be a preacher in First Timothy and in Second Timothy. Has to be a faithful man, has to be chosen by God. So these people, they can, they're quoting scriptures and things like that. That's fine. There's encouragement in that, and I pray that they come to salvation. But the leaders of this country, no matter how many scriptures that they quote, will never, ever be blessed, and this country will never be blessed until it starts obeying the scriptures. People always pray for me, pray for me, pray for me. You got to pray for yourself. That's where the change happens. That's where true change takes place. And the whole American dream and, have pride in America, the American flag and all these things. America was named after a man named Amerigo Vespucci. And he himself was not American at all. He was an Italian man who was a participant in the so-called discovery of America. The Native Americans laid original claim to the land, but if you would ask them whose land it was, they would tell you that it is the Great Spirit, I believe, is the terminology that they use. The peace of God, which passeth understanding, is what leaders need to be following today. The reason why they don't have answers, the reason why there's so much war and things going on is because they don't have God's peace. Therefore, they chase money and everything that money can buy, trying to find some sort of peace. When the Lord tells us He will keep us in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on Him because we trust in Him. You ain't got to like it, but the church, oh, they're going to love it. They are going to love it. Just a little food for thought for today. Like, comment, and subscribe. Look forward to hearing from all of you. And signing off is Brother Halo. Godspeed, saints. Peace be unto y'all.